Hey, it's Deanna. It's another just pop-up live. I don't have a whole lot to do outside. I have stuff to do, I just can't do much. It rains so much that there's water standing around where I need to plant more flowers that I have seedlings and tie up some rope for my lima beans, but the water standing around most of that garden and the ground is mushy. And I planted some seeds yesterday in the house, and I think I've got a couple more that I want to start. I'll have to look, but I don't have a whole lot I can do. I tied up a couple of more strings for tomatoes today where I could stand and not be in the water. So I'm out here, sitting out here, enjoying that it's not raining and thunderstorms, and it's not terribly hot at the moment. Hopefully the wind won't be bad. I'm sitting in front of the camera, the phone, but the phone may pick it up. I don't know. So I hopped on here, see if anybody's around, what y'all are doing. I know pop-ups aren't, as likely to get people on as a scheduled stream, but I have a hard time scheduling stuff like that. I never know how I'm going to feel, what I'm going to be doing. Excuse the cough, y'all. The birds, I think, are happy it's not raining. Sun's shining. It is cloudy. Still a 40% chance of rain, but I think the thunderstorms are gone for a couple of days. It's just crazy weather. I can't believe it rained that much. We were under a flash flood warning until either 11 this morning or 1 this afternoon. But it filled up the little small kiddie pool. It rained so much. It's a couple of inches from the top, but filled it up. I'll use it to water plants and such. So how is it, everyone? I hope you're doing well. That's about all I'm doing. Can't do much. Too much water standing in the yard. I'm only going to stay on here for about 20 minutes unless somebody pops on and we have a conversation going. So I planted yesterday I started some cinnamon basil seeds because I don't have any cinnamon basil growing. I've got blue spice basil that's popping up from last year, from the seeds that fell. I don't have any Genovese basil, but I did start a dwarf Greek basil seed yesterday. So hopefully that will grow. I also started some lemon basil and lime basil. And for me, all 4 of those are hard to germinate. The blue spice basil, excuse me, nose is itching. The blue spice basil germinates really quickly, and the Genovese basil germinated well last year, but I didn't plant any of that this year. And I have holy basil already growing. But I want to put basil around the squash. And I know it's good for the tomatoes, so I might pop some in the tomato pots. But I want it around the squash because cinnamon basil and the blue spice basil are really, really strong scented. The lemon and the lime aren't so much, but I'm hoping that will deter the vine borer. Gotta love the vine borer. And then I planted I forgot I had some banana squash, some giant banana squash that I got from Heavenly Hills Homestead. Ryan Cook, he grows giant pumpkins and stuff like that. So I started a banana squash seed yesterday. What else did I? Oh, some more cosmos, because I think I've only got 3 cosmos growing, and I want more. I have plenty of zinnias around, I think. And I started some tithonia, the orange Mexican sunflower, orangish red. because the ones I'm starting outside aren't popping up. So I'm going to try in the house. Everything's on a heat mat. So hopefully. Hopefully. I think that's all I did yesterday. But I feel like there's another squash that I started, but I can't remember what. Offhand, I can't remember. I need to try and start some acorn squash because my boyfriend likes acorn squash, but the last 2 years I've tried to start those seeds, they don't germinate. But I've got more and they're still good. They're from 2022. They should be fine. So I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know why that tithonia is not coming up out here. Maybe after the rain, the seeds that I planted out here will, but hopefully, excuse me, hopefully all this rain didn't wash those away and wash my cucumber seeds away. I don't know. I'm still gonna, if they're washed away, then I'll just plant them again. We have a long growing season that the cucumber will do okay. So that's about it. Not much fun. Somebody keeps popping on and then popping off, which is frustrating. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but you know, I'm not one of those people that draws a crowd, which is okay. I don't try to be. I'm not going to pretend to be. I'm just going to be me. So that's all that's going on around here. Not a whole lot. I'm glad it's not raining at the moment. I see some dark clouds, but they're not like real dark, but they're darker. We still have a chance of rain today. And then for the next 2 days, I think it won't be. And then I believe Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is supposed to be thunderstorms. So I have y'all looking at my tub that I got off of Facebook for $10. It's got earthworms in it. And I spill soil in it to start, and leaves and branches and some earthworms. And I've been throwing scraps in there and emptying some of my ferns that were basically all root, the ferns that died, and cardboard and paper and eggshells. And I've got 2 more avocado pits trying to grow. They rooted and it looks like they're going to pop up leaves in my worm compost bin. And at the bottom of the tub where the drain hole is, I just have a bucket that sits there. And when it rains, it fills up. I've got 2 full buckets now, and another, I had to change it today because it was overflowing. So, and it'll probably be full by today at the rate that it's dripping by the end of the day. So I use that to water plants because it's good fertilizer. And it doesn't cost me anything. It cost me $10 to get the excuse me, sorry, brain. The tub, and then a little bit of soil, and everything else is just scraps. The cardboard was free from the grocery store. The buckets were free from the grocery store. The buckets I used to catch the the drainage from it. The railroad ties and the bricks came from my landlord's land. They're holding it up off the ground so it can drain into a bucket, and I don't have to bend over to stir the compost around. I don't have to bend over so far. And I can use the bucket because I have lids for the bucket. So that works out well. But that's what y'all are looking at. And I think that's probably an oak tree right directly in front of you with wisteria growing through it, because the wisteria goes crazy here. Most of that, let's see, that's wisteria. There's wisteria in it, in the tree. There's wisteria there. There's wisteria trailing on the ground that you can't see, which I need to go cut those vines. I could do, if it's not too wet over there, I could do that today. I don't want them to end up in these trees. I'm in a circle of trees here, and I don't want that wisteria growing up through these trees. And the wisteria is crazy. And I did not know it was invasive down here. I'm not from here, so I didn't know it was invasive. So I know this is going public because somebody keeps popping on and popping off, but they don't say anything. I have a passion flower vine I started from seed, and I don't know where to put it because I've read that it can be invasive in places, and I don't want it to be an absolute monster. But I love passion flower. I love the flowers on it. They're so pretty. It's the purple one. I started it from seed last year, and I never got it planted out, and I thought it was dead. But it's survived. I repotted it. It was so stunted I didn't think it would do anything. I repotted it, and it's still in a little seedling container, but it's probably 2 foot tall now. I need to plant it somewhere, but I don't know where to put it to where it's not going to end up where I don't want it. So I don't know. I have no idea. But that's it. I know I keep saying that's it, y'all. I'm trying to think of something to talk about when I'm talking to the camera without a real purpose to talking today. Ugh, ants crawling on my glasses. The ants are going to be absolutely horrid when this water recedes. Not that I'm flooded, I just have pools of water in my yard. And the ants are going to be absolutely terrible. So how are you? I see that somebody's on. Are you doing anything special today? Did you have bad weather last night, yesterday, today? Our storms weren't too bad. We were under a 5% risk of tornadoes, but the weather wasn't real bad. The wind was kind of strong, and it's kind of strong off and on now, but there was a lot of rain. A lot. But the plants will like the rain. Some of my in-ground things that I have managed to put in the ground may not like it, because I have clay soil, and it takes it a while to not be quite so wet. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. I might walk out there and trim those wisteria vine if the ground's not too wet. I don't have galoshes. Is that what you call them? Boots for walking in water. I have tennis shoes and I have flip flops. I do have a pair of dress shoes, but you can't walk out in water like that. And I could go in my flip flops, but I hate when my feet are wet on my flip flops because it gets slippery. I found a dead rabbit in the yard yesterday. Was it yesterday? Could have been the day before. Walked up on it. I don't know. It was an older rabbit. It was a good size. So I don't know what happened, if it just died or if one of my animals got to it, caught it. Hey Maritza, how are you? I'm not doing much out here today. We had so much rain that I have water standing around most of my garden, so I can't really do much. I don't have any boots for walking in water, and I don't want to wear my flip-flops and fall. I did what I could in the places that don't have water. Hey Jessie, how are you? What are y'all up to today? I can't do a whole lot out here. I have some seedlings that need planted, but the ground is too wet, even where there's not water standing. Hey Paula, how are you? I know I popped up on a live. I was saying a few minutes ago that I don't do scheduling very well because I never know how I'm going to feel, what I'm going to be doing, you know. I need to get better at that and just schedule them and do them so I can grow my hours. I'm bored, Paula, I'm bored. I have things to do in the garden, but we had so much rain that I have puddles of water standing around most of it, and it's too wet to plant in. I have flowers that I wanted to put in the ground where I can. I don't do a whole lot of in-ground, but I can dig a little hole for a seedling. But it's too wet, and I don't have any. I tied up a couple of tomatoes where I could stand and not have my feet wet, because all I have are tennis shoes and flip-flops. So, yeah, we still have some rain supposed to be today, 40% chance. It may go right around us. It looked like it was going to go right around us. So, I'm bored. I planted seedlings yesterday when it was raining, storming. There were thunderstorms. Not seedlings, seeds. Planted some basil in the house, of course, to put them on heat mats. Squash or two. A banana squash, and I think I did another squash, but I don't remember. It's still kind of cloudy here. Partly cloudy, I guess. It's not hot right now, but I'm also in the shade, and there's a breeze. But I believe it's supposed to get to 80 today. So, and then the next couple of days it won't be raining. But I'll have to go work. I would have gone today had I known it was not going to rain much at all. But it looked like it was going to be terrible. Hey, Jamie. What are you doing, Jamie? I want to work out in the garden, but it's wet. It's stopping wet. Puddle wet around most of it. Part of it is standing in water. So I did what I could. Maybe later this afternoon I'll tie some string up around my lima beans. Maybe it won't be so wet around there if it doesn't rain again. What are y'all up to? What was that? Y'all doing anything special today? Working outside? I don't have to water for a couple of days, I'm sure. And by then it'll be raining again. And the seeds, I mean, the plants love that. It's better than the water that I have to put in containers and bottles to gas off the chemicals that the county puts in it. Peeling and weeding. Ooh. Ooh, I wish I had a sunroom. That's where I'd be sitting instead of out here in the wind. I hope the wind's not bad. Hey, DJ, how are you? I'm sitting in front of the phone, so hopefully blocking most of the wind. I have a greenhouse I could sit in, except that there's water standing in it. So, hey, backyard trucker, how are you? Thank y'all for popping on. I appreciate it. Anybody have bad weather the past couple of days? I know it hasn't been quite as bad as it was a few days ago in this part of the country. But there were lots of tornadoes. Okay, who's Andy? Is that backyard trucker? Because I've never seen backyard trucker before, so I don't know the name. Okay, thank you. Now I know. I don't know that I'll remember, but I'll try. When I see P&J, I want some peanut butter and jelly, but, you know, that's just how that goes. But I do try to remember it's Paula. Yeah, we never got any tornadoes or hail. Not down here on the coast. Now, Tallahassee, I believe, got some straight line winds that were pretty bad. And I think Slidell, Louisiana, did they have a tornado a few days ago? We had tornado warnings, but just a lot of rain. But yesterday and into the night before last was more rain than we've had in a while. Y'all still there? I had a phone call. Coffee break, so you gonna go back outside after you have your coffee, Jamie? I had my cup of coffee. Yeah, it was a phone call. I'll have to call him back in a little while. Um, I have a cup of coffee. I have these mugs that holds 2 cups of coffee, y'all. So that is what I have in the morning, and then I don't have coffee anymore during the day unless I, get a craving for it. But later in the day, I'll just have decaffeinated because I do like the flavor of it. I just don't like the caffeine later. I'll drink tea later, but there's less caffeine in that tea. Did you film any of it, Jamie? Rainwater buckets. I have a couple of those. But this tub that is right here that has earthworms, compost in it. That's where I put kitchen scraps. And when I find earthworms in the yard, I'll throw a couple in there. But it's gotten to the point now that they reproduce in there, so I really don't have to add earthworms. And from what I understand, the earthworms don't really compost the food that I throw in there, but the microorganisms do, and then the earthworms do their thing. So I'm getting a combination of compost and worm castings. And it's up off the ground high enough that I can put a 3-gallon bucket underneath the drainage of the tub. When it rains, it fills that bucket up, and that's what I use for fertilizer. Besides my fetid swamp water buckets, I do that too. But I don't buy any fertilizer anymore. I just use that. And it filled up overnight last night, and I've got another one that at the rate that it's dripping, it'll probably be full by the end of the day today. And then in a couple of days it'll rain again. So I'm going to have to find another 3-gallon bucket to catch the rain coming in a couple of days. Catch the water off of it. I have one video to upload. It's a update for Survival Seeds 2024. Just a little update. It's probably 10 minutes long. And it doesn't really need a bunch of editing other than, the intro and the outro thing. So, because I try not to have to edit much. It takes too long. And I don't like that. Like my seed haul videos, those things take forever to add the pictures and the names of the seeds. So, anyway, I think I'm going to hop off here. I've been on here for 25 minutes. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try and get it uploaded for tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Friday. But I've got to call him back, and I've been here 25 minutes. So, which I know it took a while for everyone to pop on, but it was a pop-up video. I didn't tell anybody I was even doing it. Didn't make a community post or anything. I was just like, oh, I'm bored. I need something to do. Let me go see if I can talk to somebody for a few minutes. But I hope y'all have a great day. You need to film it, Jamie. It gives you a video. How are your hours, Jamie? Are you getting there? I think the last I heard you were getting there. Thank you, Paula. You too. I'm glad y'all popped on. Yeah, I think they're less stressful too because there's not really a plan. So, Jesse, so it's just fly by the seat of your pants, see what happens. 2,300, yay! Oh, there's Nicole, and Deanna's fixing to get off of here. I've been on here 26 minutes. I know you're probably at work. And if I hadn't had a phone call, I'd stay later. Oh, sorry. Woo. Um, I would stay, but I have to call back and see what's up. That's all right. I didn't plan it, Nicole. I can't do much outside because of the water standing in the yard around my garden, and it's too wet to plant anything in that anyway. So, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. I appreciate you coming on here. Take care and be safe, especially if you get crazy weather. All right, y'all. Take care. Bye now.